At the end of Avengers Endgame, during that final battle, we see James Rhodes, the War Machine, has a brand new armor. One that incorporates many pieces of his previous armors, but where exactly did it come from? Well, now we know. So obviously, the brand new War Machine armor, the Iron Patriot 2.0, was something that surprised a lot of people. Honestly, we didn't think we would see the Iron Patriot color scheme again, considering that was only used because of a lawsuit Marvel was going through at the time of Iron Man 3, but it happened. And obviously, the armor is completely different to everything Rhodes has worn thus far in the MCU. I mean, the colors are the same as the Iron Patriot, obviously, but it's much bulkier, it has new weapons, and clearly has new gadgets we didn't get to see fully explored. Maybe we will down the road in the MCU if they do something more with the character, but now we know exactly where the armor came from. It wasn't something that Rhodes has been hiding since Iron Man 3 or anything like that. It just so happens that the writers actually did put this in the film, and there's sort of an explanation, but you really kind of have to just think about it and then it makes sense. So the writers of Avengers Endgame said that they're not sure if it can really be seen, but there is the scene where Scott Lang ends up in the armor room, and this is when he's small. In the background, in the Avengers compound, we see a bunch of the different armors, you know, the Hall of Armors, the new upgrades, the prototypes, and all that. It is at this time that we see the actual armor, and before he goes and rescues them, he decides to grab one for Rhodes because his armor has already been damaged. So he grabs it and gives it to him, so when they bust out in that final battle, that's where the armor came from. It's from the brand new Hall of Armors, and it's not something that was just sort of hidden there. It's because it's an incomplete prototype. And that sort of makes sense. It's just one of those armors that's there. You know, he didn't wear it up until this point just because it's not complete. Not everything is done with it. We've seen Iron Man have that type of mentality plenty of times. I mean, there's an entire Iron Man movie about using literally a broken armor, so that kind of works. And yeah, hopefully we'll get to see more of that armor in the future because it looks amazing. It looks very detailed and looks completely different. It looks like it's loaded with so much new weaponry and gadgets that it's just like asking to be explored. And yes, I'm clearly in love with it and drooling over it because the Hot Toys that I ordered is going to take so long to get to me, but I need that armor. And hopefully I get to see it in live action again. And it's nice to have sort of an explanation of where it came from. It's not just like, oh, where'd that come from? Is that a plot hole? Everything's a plot hole these days. That's a joke, because people say everything's a plot hole in the MCU. Anyways, what's everybody's favorite War Machine armor in the MCU? For me personally, I'm going to have to go with the Civil War armor that came with the Warhammer. That one looked beautiful.